Hey YouTube, remember that talk we had yesterday on the didgeridoos? How to tell if your didgeridoo is high or low pitched? Now today about didgeridoos, I want to talk a little bit about, is it possible to make a tone louder? And the answer to that is yes, both for a high pitched didgeridoo and a low pitched didgeridoo. So first, I will demo that on the low pitched didgeridoo, which is right here. So, my god. So what you need to do is put your lips into the mouthpiece of the didgeridoo, and then use that same airstream that you used to get the droning tone going. And once you get that airstream about a good tone, just push that airstream a little bit harder. If you push the airstream a little bit harder, your tone will get louder. So that's all you gotta do is just push the airstream a little bit out harder, and you should have a good tone. So here's a soft tone. I'm gonna do that same soft tone, but as I do it, I'm gonna push that airstream out further, so that way it makes that tone resonate louder. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the airstream out further, and it should sound like this. See that? I pushed the airstream out further, and it resonated to sound higher. Louder, I mean, not higher. The same thing can be done on a high-pitched didgeridoo, but before I do that, I'm going to get myself a little drink, because I feel it's also good to do that too. Like if your lips are a little dry, just get yourself a little drink. So hold on just a second, guys. Okay. Now, I'll do that same thing right here on my long high-pitched didgeridoo. Start with that same low tone, and then resonate it into a higher tone. I mean louder tone, not higher. So here we go. Now you might notice on a high-pitched didgeridoo, doing that is a little bit trickier, because you don't have a lower tone to kind of resonate from. So pretty much on a high-pitched didgeridoo, you're only stuck with one tone, which is this. Which is that. But I mean, you can make it louder, but you don't want to blow so hard that you're like, or you don't want to blow so soft that you're like, you want to blow that nice. The way you want to start it is you want to go, like you want to start kind of like with a little puff, and then make that puff harder. So you kind of want to start like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Oops, sorry guys, I kind of messed up there. Now see, that's a perfect start, so I would recommend when you practice your didgeridoo. I gotta rest my didgeridoo doing something. It's getting kind of heavy. Oh, this bag's right in the way. Okay, so I would recommend don't keep a tone going for right now. Just try to get that puff in there. So just try to do that 4 times. Alright, now I'm going to do it again, and you guys that have didgeridoos, try to follow along with me on the high pitch. Now see, that's the beat you want to follow. Now, even on a low pitch, can you still do it? Yeah. Of course. Because a didgeridoo is a didgeridoo. So which means any any didgeridoo, it's possible on. So here's the low pitch didgeridoo. Now, I might understand that doing that puffing noise, excuse me, on a low pitch didgeridoo is way easier than doing it on a high pitch, but is it possible on a high pitch? Yes. So I'm going to do that again. Those of you, no high pitch this time. Those of you that have low pitch didgeridoos, go ahead and follow along. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, now, remember how I talked about that soft resonating tone? Where you start out soft and then you go louder? But with that puffing sound, this sound, you won't even need to start soft. If you can start the droning noise with that puffing noise, that noise, you won't even need to blow harder. The tone will automatically resonate. Let me show you what I mean. See, all I did was that one single puff, and I just held it there, and the tone began to resonate louder. So I'll show you one more time on a low pitch, then we'll get the high pitched again. But for beginners on a low pitch or high pitch didgeridoo, I would recommend putting your lips in the center and just blowing softly until you think you have it. See, eventually you should come out with that. So first thing we talked about was that resonating tone. The next thing we talked about was that puffing noise that you use to get the drone started. That makes the tone automatically resonate. You can even do a soft puffing sound if you want a softer tone. All you do, you just do that same puffing sound, but you don't do it as hard. You do it softer. See, it's easy as that. You just keep the airstream a lot lighter. So you just keep your airstream from your lips a lot lighter. So once again, the soft puff. And then the hard one. Now see, like I said, this is not as easy on a high-pitched didgeridoo, which I will show here in a second. Like I said yesterday, the reason why this didgeridoo is high-pitched is because it's way longer in length. Think of longer as high pitch, skinnier as low pitch. So here we go. I'm gonna show you that same sound on a high pitch didgeridoo. So let's start out with the soft puffing noise. Then let's turn that into a hard puff. Then let's turn that into a hard puff with the resonations. Now see, you probably don't hear that sound that you're hearing on the low pitch. It's because, like I said, on a high pitched didgeridoo, you're stuck with only one tone. You're like you can't go. I mean, you can get a lower tone if you want it, but you have to blow very softly. And then for the higher pitch tones, you blow harder. Which that's really what you're aiming at. You don't want to go too low. Or you don't want to blow too hard. You want to blow right in the center. That way it'll do that. Now, I'm going to teach you guys the helicopter. I mean, this is probably for more advanced players, but I'm going to teach you the helicopter effect. So what you do, you start out with a puffing noise, and then you instantly turn that puffing noise into you kind of use your lips and your chest to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it sounds like on high pitch, since I already have it here. You basically make that noise with the back of your throat. It's like you do that noise like the back of your throat. So when you do that noise, it's basically making like a helicopter effect. So go ahead and do it again. Now see, listen to that. That sounds really cool. But is it possible to make the helicopter sound with a soft low tone? Let's see. Yeah, it is, but it doesn't. But it doesn't sound. It doesn't sound as good. So, I would recommend getting your didgeridoo at the full tone. And making that helicopter sound. So, full tone. Low tone. Now for a low tone, like I said, you don't use much air, you just kind of push a little bit. See, it's like I'm not even trying. But for a high tone, you really gotta try. Like, you really gotta fight for it. Your brain's probably gonna try to take you over. Because that's what happens with any instrument. Your brain kind of tries to make you fight the air. That's what happens with any musical instrument. But just try to get that proper full tone and that proper resonation. So if all is done correctly with the helicopter effect, it should sound like this. Now, same here. Ouch. Same here on a low-pitched didgeridoo, which is right here. Because, like I said, even though didgeridoos have different sounds, a didgeridoo is still a didgeridoo. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you this on the low pitch. Now, wait till you guys hear this. On low-pitched didgeridoo, the helicopter effect sounds awesome. Now, listen to this. Now see, you have that lower tone, so it really resonates. Let's try it again. Now see, I'll teach you guys how to do an easy rhythm in this video, and then maybe in my next video I'll get to doing more rhythms. So for an easier rhythm, that would be, you could do something like this. Like, what you do for rhythms, you start with a nice resonating tone, and then you turn that into a beat using your chest. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little beat for you guys now. see, notice how I didn't start the puff right in the beginning, so it didn't make the tone resonate. Now, I'll do that same beat again, starting with the right puff. So here we go. Notice how that sounded much better. Now, I'll do that same rhythm on a higher pitch didgeridoo to show you that it is possible. Now, just remember, high pitch didgeridoos, you're pretty much stuck with one tone, so just be careful. I mean, you can do a low pitch tone, but just be careful because you're only stuck with one tone. So here it is on a high pitch. Now see, it sounds just as good, except it's kind of, the tone's not really out there like it is on the low pitch. So I'm actually going to grab both of them here, and we'll do them one at a time. So here we go. First off is low pitch. See, that sounds really good. Now here's high pitch. Now notice how much different it sounds. Now, when you're playing your didgeridoo, you don't want the end against the floor like this, because if it is, all it's going to sound like is this. Same with the high pitch. That's all you're going to get out of it. Like, you're not going to get that perfect resonation. You're not going to get that perfect beat tone. It's just going to sound all jumbly. Now, once again, I'll do one more beat tone on each of them. So, low pitch. Now that's the low pitch. So I can put this one away. The low pitch one is very fancy looking, but the high pitch one is fancier too. They're both pretty fancy looking. It just depends on what kind of didgeridoo you have. Like if it's a well-made one, you can do pretty good noises. Like this one, like my high pitch one and my low pitch one, those are both pretty well made. So I can do pretty good sound on both because they're both pretty well made. I got this one at my local mall in Watertown because somebody asked me if I could play it, and I showed them how good I could do. So I got one so that way I could play it, teach people how to play one. So I'll do this. I'll do beats on this. I'll do beats on the high pitch one. So here we go. Alright, now see that? Now, I want to show you guys the difference between starting the tone right with the puff, making it sound perfect, and starting it without. So here it is with the puff. Now, if I don't start it with the puff, it's going to sound pretty bad. Like, watch. Now see, it still sounded good, but not as well. So just remember to keep that nice full tone. And you get perfect beats just like that. So it's just as easy. Now, I hope that answered your question about how to make your didgeridoo louder. If it did, please be sure to like my video, not my comment. Comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.